there is an estimated of rolling stock of 19 billion chickens in the world, according to my research, but I'm not sure whether they really included the real chickens. But we have an estimated of laying hens, which is around 4.9 billion chickens, and the global consumption of the chickens, of the eggs, is 8.9 kgs per person per year. And today we have the chickens which are capable of laying more than even 300 eggs per year, and there's no any other way how we can achieve that when we neglect nutrition. So nutrition comes first, because if we feed them well, that is when they're gonna multiply so fast, and the project is gonna be vital. So we're gonna just can get a lot of profit, and that's why I designed this video for you guys, so that I could give you the rations on how sorry, we can make our own feeds at home. And these rations, I'm so sure that there are very few people on the internet who can just give you the clear nutrition. But before I record this video, before I just give you this ration, I decided to take this ration or these mixtures to my veterinaries and my colleagues, which work together as a team, so that they can just analyze it. We first took to the laboratory so that we could get the clear analysis of the nutrition and the rations I'm giving you. Guys, just trust me, if you're just gonna use it well, you're gonna be granted of the success in your poultry. Because I know most of the poultry farmers just fail in poultry farming, just not because they don't have money to inject in, not because they doesn't have knowledge of rearing or poultry management, just due to feeds. Because you find that a farmer is just farming chicken, just depending on the farm stores where he already mixed the feeds, and you find that he's just getting the fake feed, and he gets just a loss like that. So that's why just today I decided to record this video so that I can remove that problem we have been facing for a quite long time. And if you're just new to this channel, just consider subscribe. More other amazing videos are coming out soon, and I just created this YouTube channel so that you could get all the information you have been looking about chicken. Maybe in the future we shall just maybe add other animals, but specifically today or now we are just dealing with chickens. So we're gonna start with chick mash, and the chick mash I'm gonna giving you, we'll be having the metabolism energy of 2,944 kilocalories per kg. Or when I say kg, I mean kilogram. So, and it will be having 18.12% of protein, and it will be having 1% of calcium, and it will be having 8% of good fat. And when you just use this chick mash, it's gonna just guarantee you more success a lot, and your chicks will grow faster, and you attain body mass or target body mass in 6 weeks. So it will be just weighing very well and on 6 weeks. So, and when you're just doing this ration, you're gonna be using 30 kgs of maize. You're gonna be using 57 kgs of pony blood. You'll be using 10 kgs of cotton, 9 kgs of fish, 12 kgs of soya bean, and then here I could recommend you to use shells, because if you have the problem in differentiating limestone, because if when you're mixing for these young chicks, you shouldn't use black limestone. You're gonna be I recommend you to use white limestone, because that is the one that is safer for chicken. So you just put 1 kg of limestone or shells. You can use 0.5 kgs or a half kg of premix. And when I say premix, you have to use general purpose premix or any vitamin premix that is designed for chicks or for growing chickens, not for those ones which are laying. Because if you use those ones which are laying, you just disappoint, you like demoralize their body neurons or genes, and their metabolism will not work out. So you have to use the vitamin premix, which is designed for chicks. We have them on the farm store, which are designed for general purpose. Then we have salt. You put just 1 kg of salt, and when you're using salt, I recommend you have to use what you call white salt, because if you use brown salt, your chicks will just block in with coccidiosis, and most of the chicks might die just because of just salt you have been used. Not that it is too much or it's too less, or but the brown salt is really like it's just initiates or outbreak the result of coccidiosis. So I just say you're gonna have to just use white salt, which is just safer for your chicks, and the chicks gonna grow well. So we can just rush to our next point, which is growers mash. Then the growers will be having 2,904 kilocalories per kg, and it will be having a protein of 16.15%. It will be having 1.07% of calcium, and it will be having 7.7% of crude fat. Then you can put, when you're just mixing these growers, you're gonna put 33 kgs of maize, you're gonna put 60 kgs of corn bran, you're gonna put 10 kgs of cotton, you're gonna put 10 kgs, 6 kgs of fish, you're gonna put 10 kgs of soybean, then you will put 1.5% of shells or limestone, then you're gonna put 0.5% of vitamin premix, or that here we use general purpose premix. We're just gonna use 1 kg of salt, and this will gonna work perfectly for your growing stage. And I know that here, when you use this chick mash and this growers mash, your layers will start to lay in 18th week. Okay, and I know when you start getting your first egg on 18th week, you are already on the right track. Okay, so here I cannot just here I think you're gonna be on the safer place. So on for the case of rayas, I'm just giving you the rayas mash, which has metabolism energy of 2,976 kilocalories per kg. You'll be having the protein percentage of 17.18% of protein. You'll be having 3.7% of calcium. Here, some of the people, because I have ever seen on the internet, most of the bloggers saying that it should be 4% calcium content. Remember, this percentage I have given you of calcium in the rayas mash, remember I'm giving it to it is like it will act on all stages of laying, whether your chicken is starting to lay or on peak production and when it is going off laying. This is just average. You can use it throughout the laying stage. So that's why I decided to use 3.7% calcium, because if I make 4 or 4.1, that will be for off lay, those which are near to off laying, those which are off peak production. Then if I reduce to make 3.6 percentage, that will be for those ones which are starting. So I decided to make the rayas mash, which you can use throughout the laying cycle. So it will be having 3.7% of crude of calcium, and to be having 9.4% of crude fat. Then when you're mixing this ration of rayas mash, you're gonna be using 45 kgs of maize. You're gonna put 60 kgs of corn bran. You're gonna put 12 kgs of cotton. Then you're gonna put 8 kgs of fish. Then you will put 20 kgs of soybean, and you will put 7 kgs of sunflower. Then you will put 6 kgs of shells or limestone, and you use 1 kg of rare premix. Here you not use general purpose premix, where we have the premix that is really designed for rayas. So you're gonna use the rare premix. So you put just 1 kg of rare premix. Then you use salt, which 1.5 kgs of salt. Then advice on the calcium and salt. When you're mixing for rayas, you're gonna have to be sure that you're using brown salt when you're mixing for rayas. And then for the case of calcium, you must know that you have to use the black calcium. Or if you're not so sure of the black limestone, if you're not so sure of that, you can use the shells. Shells will apply for chicks, growers, and layers. It has no impact because it is really organic and because it is good for just animals. It is not a mineral. So, but for the case of limestone being a mineral, for the when you're mixing for chicks and for growers, you have to use what we call white limestone. Then for when you're mixing for layers, you just gonna use what you call black limestone, because this is the well for egg consumption, and that is the one that will guarantee you the high egg production, and it will not affect on your productivity. Because the moment you try and use brown salt in young chicks or the growing stage, you get the cases of coccidiosis, and this will impact your production. Your birds will not grow well, and like for the case of the chicks, most of your chicks might die immediately just for the case of the coccidiosis. Because the moment coccidiosis strikes in your farm, it can even wipe out a whole of your entire farm. So just get conscious on this. And when you're using the salt, you have to use white salt when you're mixing for layers, and I mean brown salt. Then for the case of the chicks, you have to use white salt. So this is and I know that if you use these rations when you're mixing for your chickens, you cannot tell me that you have failed to farm chickens, or you have failed to get money. And another advice maybe I can give you for the free tip and is, when you're sourcing these ingredients, try your level best so that you can get them on much cheaper price, so that you at least get the ration at the cheaper on a cheaper price per kg. Because in poultry we are always considering kgs, we are always considering measurements in kgs. Because if your chicken eats a lot of kgs or a small portion of kgs, what you have to understand is one thing is feeding alone in poultry production, it will take around 85%, according to my experiment. I know most of the researchers say 7%, 75%, 8%, but to my own, according to my own experience, because I have been farming, I have been in this enterprise for more than 3 years, so I have been able to experiment a lot. And apart from that, I have dedicated my time to do intensive research on poultry. So, according to my own experience, feeding around takes around 85% of total cost production. So it means that if you miss out on feeding, you're really missing out on the whole enterprise. So you have to make sure that you just get everything right. You have to get everything done well, and then you are granted of the success. So we are coming out with more other videos. You are amazing. I love you so much. I'm watching you. Those who are subscribing, I'm really glad of you. And the more you subscribe, that is the more I'm gonna get dedicated to give you more inspiration videos, more educational videos. More of the videos are coming out soon. So don't forget, if you're new or if you haven't subscribed, please come on. Touch on the subscribe icon, smash the notification bell, so that you are assured and you get notification of all other videos that are coming out soon. See you next. I love you so much.